Yes. What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday afternoon. It is 2 days away here from UFC Vegas 61, where we are going to have Mackenzie Dern facing off against Yan Xiaonan in the main event, 5-round fight, strawweight fight. Looking forward to this card. There are 13 fights on it. If you go into the description of this video, you'll find stat figures on there where we broke down all 13 of these fights, me and DFS by the numbers on Pub Sports Radio. You can find probability on the MMA Engine, where we took a data-driven look at all of the time props on this card. And you can also find Just the Tip with Uncle Weezy, where we talked about all 13 of these fights as well, went through all the stats, looked at some tape study, and figured out some spots. So it's time to find 4 spots that we like that are going to give us a greasy 4-leg where we can get in a bet that's going to be around 10-1 or so. But I found something just a little bit greasier this week. We're going to be checking in at plus 1358. It's available right now on DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm going to say what's up to you guys in the chat real quick here. And then what we're going to do is take you through all 4 of these bets and see if we can make it 3 greasy 4-leg parlays in a row that have cashed and allow us to stack cash tickets like flapjacks, you guys. We got my guy Dave Bandit in the room saying, Weezy, what's up, man? Dave's a member of the Patreon community. We got Roy C in here saying, oi, oi, what's up, Roy? Good to see you in here. We got my guy MMA Propaholic, another member of the Patreon community here saying, I'm actually here live. Let's go. Off from work, so have a 3-day weekend. So hyped. Hey, dude, that's nice, man. Gotta love those 3-day weekends. And let's see, we got Eric Cote in the room saying, oi, what's up, Eric? Good to see you guys hanging out. We also got the Prince of Mischief in the room saying, what's up, dude? It's good to see you here. So I am going to, and then we got Keith Offenlock saying, let's go, Uncle Weezy. Let's go, Keith. Let's do it. So I have got 4 legs for you. I'm going to share my screen with you guys here. And I got the DraftKings Sportsbook up. So we're going to start with leg 1 of this parlay here. And leg 1 is going to be the Maxim Grishin money line at minus 180. So we're going to go to the money lines here that we have, and we're going to click Maxim Grishin here and get that on the screen. So Maxim Grishin is Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week. I think that he's going to really put it on Felipe Lins. We've seen Felipe Lins have 5 career losses. 4 of them are by knockout. The only guy to beat him and not knock him out was a 40-year-old Andrei Arlovsky, who is clearly more of a point fighter these days rather than somebody that's going out there and trying to finish fights. So I feel like if Grishin does win this fight, there's a very high probability that he does finish it inside the distance, which is why I picked him for the ass shaving of the week. I think he's going to land those heavy hands, find a spot to knock out Felipe Lins, finish this one inside the distance. But just in case he doesn't, we've seen this guy go 3 rounds with Dustin Jacoby. Dustin Jacoby only landed 61 significant strikes in 3 rounds, and Jacoby's a volume monster. So I believe that Grishin's going to be the better kickboxer here. I really don't see a wrestling pedigree on Felipe Lins to make me believe he's going to be able to wrestle and win enough minutes in the grappling exchanges here against a mountain of a man in Maxim Grishin. So I do believe that Grishin gets the job done here. And at minus 180 for Uncle Weezy's ass shaving of the week, I think it's a fine first leg to start off this parlay. The second leg of the parlay that we're going to do is going to be Krzysztof Jotko to win by decision. This is at plus 150 right now on DraftKings Sportsbook. So we're going to go to winning method here, and then we're going to scroll down to Jotko to win by decision at plus 150. That is the second leg of the parlay. So Krzysztof Jotko, if we take a look at the stats here, we can see that Krzysztof Jotko has 11 wins and 5 losses at the UFC level. And in those 11 wins, he has 1 knockout and 10 decisions. So this is a guy who has 10 decision wins at the UFC level, and he's been finished in 3 of his 5 losses. So he's had 2 losses that went to decision, and he's had 10 wins that went to decision. So this guy has had 12 fights at the UFC level that went to decision, and he's winning 10 of them. So this guy is very good at winning minutes. We can see Jotko landing 3.02 significant strikes a minute, but only absorbing 2.26. Much more defensively responsible on the feet than Brendan Allen. And he also throws a lot more volume than his opponents at 7.12 significant strikes a minute that he throws, but his opponents are only throwing 5.29. So it is showing us that this guy is able to out-volume his opponents, win minutes on the feet. And Brendan Allen is a guy who does have 3 decision wins at the UFC level. He's 3-0 in decisions at the UFC level, but we have to keep in mind that that the Malkoun fight was very close, and he may have gotten a little bit lucky there getting that decision. So he could easily be 2-1 in decisions, but he's not been this traditional minute winner on the feet where he's out-voluming his opponents, where he's outlanding his opponents. And he is going to be at a 2-inch reach disadvantage here, and he's fighting a southpaw. So it's a good spot for Jotko. I think he's very good at winning minutes. And I also like the fact that Jotko stops takedowns at an 83% rate, while Brendan Allen stops at a 50% rate. So I think that if Jotko doesn't like how it's going on the feet, he's going to be able to mix in the wrestling. And even though Brendan Allen is a very dangerous submission grappler, we saw Krzysztof Jotko go to the ground with Gerald Meerschaert and really have no problems there. So Krzysztof Jotko by decision at plus 150 is the second leg of that parlay. Now, the third leg is a leg that I have already got a money line bet on, and it is going to be on old man Alexey Oleynik at plus 150. I hate this matchup for Ilir Latifi. Latifi does not do any work on the feet. He throws 4.64 significant strike attempts per minute, and he lands less than 2 per minute. So for a guy who on the feet is so low volume and so low percentage at 39.67%, and is at a massive size and length disadvantage here, 4 inches shorter, 7-inch reach disadvantage. Ilir Latifi is a guy who's done a really good job of out-controlling his opponents, 27% to 2%. But 27.3% control time in a fight is not enough to win it on the judges' scorecards. You need to throw punches on the feet. You need to throw some volume. You need to walk forward. Alexey Oleynik probably wins the striking exchanges here because he's so unorthodox, because he's so much bigger and longer, and because he just throws more. I think that in order for Ilir Latifi to win minutes in this fight, he's going to have to go where Alexey Oleynik is most comfortable, and that's on the ground. And we can see this here. 35% control time for, 25% control time allowed. That means his fights are in control time positions over 60% of the time, which is where Oleynik is at his best. So you like seeing grapplers who are in control time positions for more than half the fights. And especially in a 16-fight sample size and 100 minutes in the UFC cage, we can count on Oleynik to be in positions where he's going to be exercising that submission offense that he has. Now, Latifi is another guy that we have to count on to grapple in order to win. He was knocking dudes out like 8 years ago, but those days are long gone. And this isn't 205. This is heavyweight. He's just a really undersized heavyweight here. And that power has not translated at all once he's moved up and fought Tanner Boser and Derek Lewis. The guy is throwing no volume. So Latifi is a grappler who's only spending 30% of his fights in control time positions. And I have a major problem with that. You know, I mean, these people who are saying that Ilir Latifi is just going to take down Alexey Oleynik and win a bunch of minutes on the ground, when has he done that? Against anybody but Tanner Boser, who's notorious for not being able to stop takedowns and not being able to get back up when he is taken down. When has he went out there and controlled, you know, a heavyweight of the grappling quality of Alexey Oleynik? He got a bunch of control time against Derek Lewis and still lost that fight because he didn't do jack shit, because he didn't throw any strikes, because he wasn't busy when he got the fight to the ground. And Derek Lewis was able to get back up because he does have some explosiveness. He does have the ability to be urgent when he's on the ground. You know, Boser doesn't have that ability. So I'm going with that Alexey Oleynik money line as the third leg of this parlay, and that is really fattening this thing up, you guys. So if we go up here to the fight lines and we go to our guy, old man Oleynik, at plus 150, that is leg 3. That gets us up to plus 872. The last leg is one of the legs of the probability parlay, only we moved it to increase the odds a little bit. It is going to be the Castaneda-Santos fight starts round 3 at -200. So if we look here at the prop template available on Uncle Weezy's Patreon, the Castaneda-Santos fight, we go over here to -200 for fight starts round 3. We're going to see that's overpriced by about 6.58%. Because the fight starts round 3 in 135-pound fights 60.09% of the time. And we are paying 66.67% here. So we're overpaying by 6.58% when you compare it to the benchmark. However, all 5 of Castaneda and Santos's combined fights at the UFC level have started round 3. That's 100%. So we're getting a 33% break there. And these guys are going over or starting round 3 100% of the time, while the division only starts at about 60% of the time. So we're getting a 39.91% break here. And we also see that Daniel Santos and John Castaneda have combined for 7 pro losses, and they've only been finished in 1. So we're going to count on the durability of these guys. We're going to count on the fact that neither one of these guys has been historically killer finishers. Castaneda, 62.5%. Santos 50%, and they're both durable. So fight starts round 3, showing a couple of huge numbers here at 33.33% and 39.91%. And to get those big numbers while only overpaying 6.58% is doing us a nice service here, you guys. So that is going to be leg 4, and we're going to go up here for round props, where we click over there, and then it's to start round X. And we're going to scroll down to Castaneda-Santos. Fight to start round 3, yes, -200. That's leg number 4. That brings us to 1,358 plus 1,358. So that is, $10 to win $135.80. So cashing in at plus 1,358 on DraftKings. Let's cash 3 in a row. Let's see here. What do we got? You guys saying in the we got Benito saying EU friendly Weezy stream. Yes, sir. Definitely. You don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. to catch the Greasy 4-legger because it's not shot at 10 p.m. Central Time. You're in the United States. So thank you for joining us, Benito. We got Dave saying 4-leg fat like an Aspen lad. You got that right, man. Fatty, sugar patty Aspen lad has been cut by the UFC due to her constant weight misses. Laughing my ass off. Dave says, Propaholic. I'm taking fight to end by KO, waiting for shitty FanDuel, though. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. That's a bummer, when FanDuel takes this long to get the props out. They've got them all out except for, I think, 3 fights, and it's the Grishin fight, the Stoliarenko fight, and the Kennedy fight. And those are some interesting prop spots. We got Prince of Mischief saying Dustin Jacoby had a leg injury. That was that fight. I believe that's why his output was low. That's true. I forgot about that, Prince of Mischief. That's a very good point. But still, I really believe that Maxim Grishin is the much better range kickboxer here in comparison to Linz. You just watch how these guys fight, and Linz is just winging power hooks while Grishin's right down the pipe with his strikes. So definitely, I like Grishin. Stevie 23 saying UK fans getting Weezy live. You love to see it. Damn right, man. Roy C. agrees. 2 saying I had Zellhuber to your Greasy 3-legger last time. He really messed that one up. Yeah, dude, I had him in a parlay too. Cost me, it was a 4.6 unit swing for me on a day that I was already up 1.3 units. I could have had a 5.9 unit night if Zellhuber would have went in there and thrown some volume, but he just didn't want to fight that night. It was a really bad first performance by him, and I think we'll see him get a lot better going forward. And hopefully after that horse shit performance, we'll get a much better number on Zellhuber next time, because the guy's good, dude. He'll learn from that. He's only 23 years old. He's going to get better, but man, he pissed me off, dude. He ruined my ass shaving of the week there. Yes, the GOAT, Propaholic. What's up, dude? And Glenbot saying, what's up, gents? Good to see you in here. Glenbot. We got Addicted to Combat saying, Unk with the flapjack stack. Let's go, man. And we got Prince of Mischief saying, don't do it, Weezy. Not Oleynik. Heavyweights are hot plus cold. Dude, yeah, I mean, Oleynik, first of all, Latifi's not a heavyweight. He's a light heavyweight. You're talking about an old guy in Oleynik. Well, Latifi's 39, and he had to pull out of the last fight for I don't even know why. So it's like Oleynik's been active. Latifi hasn't, man. Yeah, I mean, I've already got the bet on Oleynik. It makes it extra greasy. I understand that, but dude, I just don't think Latifi's any good at all, and I hate this matchup for him. Yeah, it is super greasy for sure. And Roy C said, well, Weezy did say this is going to be an extra greasy four-legger this week. And yes, I did, for sure. And it is extra greasy. But, hey, man, you put a half unit on this, you're going to be up 6.5 if it cashes. And it's only a half unit. So have a little bit of fun with it, man. And we got Papa Chuck saying, yo, Unc, what's up, dude? Good to see you in here. He was hanging out with us last night on Ask Weezy. We got Author saying, oi, Uncle Weezy, let's go for those oranges. Let's get it, man. Let's absolutely get that juice. Let's get that money. Let's cash the shit out of this parlay. Mr. Ray saying, oi, 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 grease dripping from the legs of this parlay. That's right, man. It's extra greasy this week, but we are going to cash this one. We got Chris Gabe saying, fully agree on the Latifi fight. Yeah, man, I feel the same way. Just don't like the matchup for him here, but I could be absolutely wrong, man, for sure. And we got this parlay is crazy. Yeah, dude, it's a big plus number, but you know, maybe I'm feeling a little bit bold because we've cashed 2 of these in a row, but I'm loving this one. We got Dave Bandit saying itty bitty titty committee Latifi. You got it, dude. Beefy Latifi, as my guy Luke said on the Club and Soap podcast last night. We got King Turk saying, what was the first leg? I missed it. It is the Maxim Grishin money line at -180. So we got the Grishin money line, we got Jotko by decision, we got the Oleynik money line, and we've got the fight to start round 3 for Castaneda-Santos. Roy C saying, I don't have fight start round 3 on Bet 365. However, I got plus 1024 with the first 3 legs. There you go. That's good stuff. And you can do the over 2.5 if you can find it like better than -160-ish. I would say that would be a good place to do it. I've got a bet on the over 2.5 for this fight, standalone bet for 1.45 units. I got it at -145 earlier in the week, but now that's moved up to like -170. So I was going to put it there, but I just wanted to do the extra, give us the extra 2.5 minutes and just go with the fight starts round 3. Stevie's saying, I'll be on the 4-legger. I made a mistake with the Hamzat one. I done by decision KO by complete accident, celebrating him winning the fight, then realized I messed up. Oh my God, that sucks, dude. That sucks because he got that damn that submission, man. We got oi oi Uncle Weezy. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having an amazing week. Just curious if you've been able to hit any of these greasy 4-leggers this year. Yeah, I hit the one last week. I hit the one the week before that, and we've hit a couple earlier in the year as well. And we've had a stretch, unfortunately, for a minute where we had like 3 legs cashing, and it was the 4th leg that wasn't cashing. So we were this close so many times. But yeah, I know I've hit at least 4 of them this year. And when you're checking in at, plus 800 to plus 1,000 on these things, you don't expect to hit them more than once every couple of months. But definitely I've hit 4 of them, and I wasn't doing them all year anyway. So, it's going okay. I think we're profitable on them, and we're certainly profitable on them having cashed the last 2 weeks. But yes, we got Creep saying, got to be tough. Dude, it is tough. I mean, like, we don't expect to hit these every week. That's for sure. Desi Geron saying, how was your Contender Series run? Dude, I made 1 bet on Contender Series, and it was parlaying Zellhuber in a UFC event with Ikram Aliskerov. So, I mean, I got the Aliskerov pick right, but that, they're not going to put me on the Mount Rushmore of cappers, because I got a -600 favorite, right? So, we got Prince of Mischief saying, I can't wait to see your UFC 280 greasy parlay. Dude, that is such a great event, man. I was looking at that card last night, and man, was it awesome. Dana White is a closet pimp. How he bangs these D-list female fighters. Dude, I mean, he's not a closet pimp. He's just a pimp, man. Dude's just a pimp. He won life. Creep saying 2 in a row. That's amazing. Answer my question. Thank you. I'm going to try to get on this. Thanks, Unc. You got it, Creep. No problem, man. We got King Turk saying, you think Costa wins by KO could be a good bet? Yeah, dude, I think if Costa wins, it's going to be by KO, and I think it's a great bet. Yeah, for sure. I think Canetti is kind of live at the number, but I think the most likely outcome of that fight is Costa by first or early second round KO. Creep saying, you're insanely sharp. I love your content. Stat diggers, probability, all of them. Thank you so much. Dude, I appreciate you saying that, man. And by the way, you guys, just hit that thumbs up button or hit that subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate all 28 of you guys hanging out live with us here. We got a 4-leg parlay checking in at plus 1358 right now on DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm going to throw a half unit on it untracked, and we'll see how it goes. But thank you guys for joining me. That's going to be it for content for this week. We've got next week off, and then we'll be back for the October 15th card, which is going to be Alexa Grasso versus Viviane Araújo. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe on your way out. And if you haven't already checked out the MMA Engine YouTube channel, go check that out and subscribe to that one as well. I thank you guys. Let's stack cash tickets like flapjacks for UFC Vegas 61. And I hope you guys all enjoy the fights, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.